Hey there folks, how are you? What are we doing today? Today, you and I are going to be looking at some really effective Town Hall 9 hits that you can use in war to absolutely crush bases. We're going to break them down, we're going to give you all of the pro tips, and that's getting started right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be hanging out and looking at some really awesome Town Hall 9 hits from the Scrappy 9s. That's right. Before we get started, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to follow me on my Twitter, and come on down to our Discord. We have a lot of exciting stuff going on there, and you don't want to miss out. So let me make myself a little smaller, and let's get started with the first hit. Alright, so first up, we're gonna take a look at a Queen Charge Lalo. A Queen Walk and a Queen Charge Lalo is one of the most effective ways that you can triple a Town Hall 9. It's also one of the attack is kind of, it's full of, the idea is you can really run it on many different types of bases, and that's what I like about it. A lot of different attacks at Town Hall 9 require a specific type of base. With the Queen Charge Lalo and a Queen Walk Lalo, honestly, you can almost hit any base with it if you do it right and if you know how to run these types of attacks. In fact, there are clans that only run, all Town Hall 9 clans, that only run Queen Charge Lalos and destroy every base in 15 hits, call it a day, and basically triple perfect war. Let me show you how to do it. Now, JC over here is going to run a Queen Charge Lalo. He's got 16 loons. He's got 4 healers with him. He's got a baby dragon. He's got a hound, of course, a CC, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But what are we going to do here? Well, we're going to make sure that we isolate the queen and get her into the base. The idea is you want to make sure you take out the clan castle and the enemy queen. Those two things are super important. Without those two things being taken out, you're not going to run a successful lava loon attack. So that's what JC is doing over here. A king to the west with a couple of wizards behind. That's to make sure that the queen walks into the base to engage the enemy queen right over here and the clan castle. We got a baby dragon that's going to be coming into the other side to make sure that she keeps walking in. And then we have 8 wall breakers with us. 8 wall breakers. Why do we need 8 wall breakers? Well, because we don't have a wall wrecker or anything like that. We're going to make sure that we take out the enemy queen, the clan castle, and of course, we're going to charge into the base, right? Because anything else that we take out is going to be extra gravy, extra icing on our cake over here. Anything else is just going to help the lava loon run better. So that's kind of what's going on here. As you notice, the attack is being... He basically found it from one side and another. Now he knows the queen is going to walk into the base after she takes out this guy right here. And then he's going to send in his wall breakers behind to get into the base, to take out the air sweeper, to take out the wizard tower, maybe to take out, actually the baby dragon will take out the wizard tower, to take out the X-bow right over here, and then to start his lava loon counterclockwise as he's doing right here. Notice the baby dragon is going in, the queen is still charging in, and then we started with the lava hound, right? Well, we started with 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 loons right over here, and then we're gonna send in the rest of the loons from the north along with the lava hound onto this air defense. We're gonna counterclockwise make sure that the loons go into the defenses. We're gonna use our heal spells, our haste spells to move them along and get them up a little bit quicker. We're gonna rage right around the last X-bow and the last wizard tower right over here. The queen is still moving in, the pops are cleaning up, and everything else is doing well. We have a couple of wizards on each side. He's starting that to make sure that we start to clean up, and basically almost all of the defenses are gone. There's a couple of loons left. We still have 2 haste spells left. We're going to use wall breakers to basically help the queen move in and to distract the wizard tower from the loons. He's swagging his queen pop ability. He's swagging basically two haste spells. He didn't really need them. A lot of the attack is done. I mean, if you noticed, what did he do? He made sure he took out the enemy queen, he took out the enemy clan castle. He had a really good base identification because he realized that if he goes in from that side, from the the east and the west, right in the middle over there, I would say right around 4 to 5 o'clock, if he goes in there, he's going to be able to take out a whole bunch of extra things, and that's exactly what he did. That's what caused them to have a beautiful 3-star over here, or walk away like an absolute boss. I really like this attack. Let's check out the next one. Next up, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite ways to triple, actually, at 9 and even Town Hall 10. This is a Go-Ho. That's right, a Go-Ho, really effective way to triple at Town Hall 9. So what do we do here? With the Go-Ho, you have basically reinforcements. You usually bring like 2 golems with you. You could also use P.E.K.K.A.s as well. P.E.K.K.A.s work really well, but in this case, we're going to bring 2 golems. They're going to be tanks. They're going to absorb all of the damage coming into our troops. We're going to have a whole bunch of golems. We're going to have 7 wizards with us. Those wizards are going to provide the damage while the golems do the tanking, right? And then we have the heroes. That's going to be going into the base. That is our main kill squad going into the base. That's what's going to basically take care of the key components that we need to take out in order to run a successful hog attack. And that's the same as we saw in the loons before. You got to take out the enemy queen. You got to take out the clan castle. Some more positives to that, of course, would be to take out the enemy king, because he's going to pound on our troops, and possibly anything else like wizard towers, expos, and things like that. And as you notice right over here, there's the enemy queen, there's the enemy king, we have the clan castle, and a couple of wizard towers along with some expos. So this is a pretty good direction to go in if you're going to be running some sort of a hog attack. So let's see what Sir Junior does over here. He's going to bring in 2 golems, 7 wizards, a baby dragon, 23 hogs. That's right. So we're going to sprinkle in the wizards from one side. We're going to send in the golems and the heroes behind with a couple of wizards from the other side. We're going to poison. I'm going to pause this for a second. We're going to poison the clan castle to take that out. We're going to send a coconut loon to make sure that our baby dragon stays alive and cuts out this portion of the base to create the funnel, because we want to go in. And we even got a jump spell to make sure that we go into the base. So that's kind of what's happening. Once we do that, we're going to send in hogs clockwise or counterclockwise and make sure that we heal them around wizard towers and etc. Out of the clan castle, we've got a whole bunch of Valks of some wizards coming in. Jump spell going in. We are going deep into the base. We have the queen, we have the king, we have the Valks. We are jumping right in. That's what's happening here. We're going to pop the king ability and make sure we go in. Now the idea here, of course, was that he was planning, I'm sure, to get in a little bit deeper than he did. There's a lot of storages in here. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but again, it doesn't matter. Once you take out the enemy queen and the clan castle, anything else is just extra icing on the cake. And that's kind of what happened to Sir Junior here. He took out a whole bunch of stuff, including a wizard tower. Right, I mean, that's extra icing on the cake. He took out the king, and now he can start sprinkling in his hogs to go in, as you notice, in a counterclockwise direction. We're going to make sure that we heal them around the wizard towers because they want to obviously splash damage. You want to make sure they stay alive, and continue basically pushing them clockwise or counterclockwise into the base. Wizards behind for cleanup, as long as the queen actually is behind as well. She's doing some cleanup. As you notice, he's sprinkling in the hogs and making sure that those heal spells keep them alive. He's got 1 extra heal spell to go through, which is really nice. At this point, he can keep that in the bag. The queen's still going. The wizard is behind. It's very important to make sure that you save some troops for cleanup, because as you notice, he's going to deploy a wizard right over here to start. You don't want your hogs coming back. It's very important. He also, I want to point this out, he threw a skeleton spell right over here. The skeleton spell, great idea. That can be used for a bunch of different things. It can be used to keep an X-bow busy and take it down while your hogs are moving into the base and things like that. That's very important, and that's kind of what's happening right here. The X-bow is way too busy shooting at the skellies instead of shooting at the hogs, and that gives them enough time to come in and punch through the rest of the defenses and take it out. Wizards behind to keep the hogs in the base moving. The queen is still there, and the other wizards are still there. They're collapsing and cleaning up. It's very important that you have cleanup for the back end, because the hogs alone might not be able to do it, and you could also run out of time. It's very important, just like it is with the loon attack, to make sure that you have cleanup. In this case, Sir Junior had a whole bunch of cleanup. He had a couple of wizards. He had the queen still alive. And yeah, that's how you come home with a triple. Nice and easy. The idea is, if you can take out the enemy queen and the enemy clan castle, you're good to go. If you can, kind of basically give yourself a little bit more tanking with the golems and punch into the base and take out more things like expos, wizard towers, enemy king, and so on, that's even better for your hogs. And then, of course, provide a nice little runway for the hogs to go in. Use heals around wizard towers to keep them alive, giant bombs, etc. And then, yeah, maybe a skelly spell just for a little extra protection, or you can bring a poison with you. Either way would work really well. So Junior, really nice work. Very, very good attack. So last but not least, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite strategies at Town Hall 9. This is a Go Vaho. I love running Go Vaho. I used to run it all the time. Basically, it's a combination of golems, of Valks, and of course the Hogs. Now there's different combinations that you can run. You can run more Valks, less Hogs, less Valks. You can run less golems and more of something else. But in this case, Isyak over here is going to bring 2 golems, 17 Hogs, 7 Valks, 10 wizards, and some cleanup troops. There's a jump and of course 3 heals here. So let's see what happens. He's going to come in right here from the east to the west. He's going to send golems in the front, of course, to do the tanking, and sprinkle in the wizards behind, and that's going to provide that extra push, right? That's going to provide the damage the wizards can do and clean up and create a nice little funnel into the base. Then of course we're going to follow with a jump. The heroes and the Valks are going to go directly in. Why is he coming in this way? Well, because we can take out the clan castle, we can take out the enemy queen, right? We can also take out 2 X-bows and an enemy king and a whole bunch of other things like 2 wizard towers. That's a lot of value coming in from that side, even though it doesn't look like it because the base is a bit, let's say, open on this side. There's not as much stuff as you'd think, but realistically he's got so much value coming in from there, and it also of course provided a nice little runway for the Hogs to come into the base. The Valks are going to rip apart all of this, the golems are going to provide the tanking that's needed, and the heroes are going to finish up the troops and take out the enemy queen that of course we need to make sure we take out, otherwise the Hogs will die. We want to make sure that the enemy queen goes down, we want to make sure that the clan castle goes down. Anything else is just extra icing on the cake. So as you notice, we carved out a whole bunch of space here and provided a runway for our Hogs to get into the base. We're gonna send in one loon to take out this, or to try to take it out, and then gonna send the Hogs into the base from the north and west. As you notice, we're gonna use heal spells right around wizard towers, and then basically surgically and clockwise send in the Hogs into the base one after another. And as you notice, they're right there. You got wizards behind to start the cleanup. It's very important to start the cleanup early. You don't want the Hogs to have to come back. That really is going to hurt you. Sometimes that could be even a time fail, so it's very important to do that. As you notice, the wizards are being sprinkled behind, the heal spells right around the high heavy DPS areas to make sure that the Hogs stay alive. Everything else is dead, right? We still got one more heal left. We got a bunch of Hogs. We got everything's still going. We got wizards behind, the queen is still left. This is OP. It's a really good attack. I really love the base identification here. He realized that, hey, if I come in from this side and take out all of those key defenses, the Hogs are not gonna really be able to, there's nothing that's going to be able to really stop the 17 Hogs with the wizards and everything behind, and he walks away with the triple. This is a really nice attack. 7 Valkyries, 17 Hogs, we got 10 wizards, 2 golems in here, a couple cleanup troops, a loon, and of course the heroes being the main push into the base. And that's kind of what you do. Walk away with a triple like a boss. I really like this attack. I like the base identification here. A really good job. Love it. Ladies and gentlemen, I just showed you 3 different ways that you can triple bases at Town Hall 9 like an absolute boss. There are so many different attack strategies at 9. And if you notice, I have a whole playlist set up on how to be the best Town Hall 9 with a variety of different attacks, from witches to Valks to Laloons to dragons. There are so many strategies at Town Hall 9 that you should definitely check out that playlist. I will link that at the end of this video, so you should definitely check that out. If you enjoyed this video and learned something, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, folks, and while you're here, check out this playlist that I'm talking about. It's really cool, and I'll see you there.